Talofa lava, my name is Aitui Fanene, pastor of 9 churches in Melbourne, Australia. It didn't start with me. It actually started with a small group of dedicated church members with the leadership of Pastor Eddie Erika about 27 years ago now.
I serve the community, I serve other people, I serve God. And for me, that is the major part of what I do. 3rd generation Adventist. Grew up in the church, served God in the church, but as I continued to live my life and, go and travel, started to see some things that were not in harmony with what I believe at that stage. I still believed in God, but I went wild, and it was during that time that I came out of a pub in Wellington and I heard a voice, and the voice says, "What are you doing here?" This was a Friday night. The voice was not judgmental. I just heard this voice which was connected with me, and so I turned around and I said, "Well, God, I knew I've left you, so I'm coming back to you, but not necessarily to the church." When I came here, called to be a minister or a pastor here in Melbourne, I soon find myself in the top of the hierarchical system. I found the picture that Paul has presented in Philippians 2 clearly says that Jesus decided to be a servant. When you are there, you are connected. I found it to be something that makes you connect with all the people.
So this church, Carrum Downs, it started off geographically not here, but at Ngunnawal. Then they decided to plant their first church, North Melbourne Church.
I've been a Christian all my life. The end of 1992, discussed with Pastor Eddie Erika and some of the elders in the church that we need to plant another Samoan church here on the north side of Melbourne. Now our church planned 2 more mission hubs. Out of that 2 mission hubs, they plant another 2 mission hubs. For my experience, the way I look at it with all these hubs, instead of a pastor doing all this work, we work together to make disciples, and God is leading everywhere we go. And that's how we have all these hubs and everything going.
We have Carrum Downs on the south side, we have North Melbourne on the north side of Melbourne, and now we have Melton, Werribee and Sunshine on the west side of Melbourne. Now we're covering all 3 corridors of Melbourne. They're kind of continuing to change the culture as a result of the training. Leaders got equipped and they realized that there is not one way of doing church or ministry. A lot of discovery Bible reading groups emerged out of these churches. I think this story relates to all other cultures. And I think these little small ministries, DBR, Cranbourne, and new church plants are trying to reach or bridge the gap.